What is international trade? By definition, international trade is the exchange of capital, goods, and services across international borders or territories, or the exchange of goods and services among the nations of the world. But how does that really relate to everyday life? Well, the way I thought of it is if you go to lunch and say you have this apple. Now, mushrooms have apples. They're not hard to find. You can get them just about anywhere. Pretty easy, pretty common. I thought of it similar to wood. So, wood is just about everywhere in international trade. A lot of people have it, not everyone, but most. And the way I put it is, it's not very valuable. You can get them just about anywhere. If you wanted to trade food with someone and they had, say, crackers, which I relate to clothing, it'd be a little more valuable. Would you trade one shirt for a piece of firewood? No, you'd want more. So, back to what I was saying, it's not the highest valued. Good, but eh. Back to clothes. Now, I thought of clothing means something like crackers. I don't know. Go lay down. Now, crackers, I'm sure you could still find pretty much every lunchroom, but they're much better, in my opinion, than an apple. They just are. That's how it is. Now, if I were to value these at any rate, not necessarily US dollars, but at a certain rate, I'd say an apple has a value of 1, and crackers have a value of 2, similar to wooden clothing. Now, this is pretty loose, but better than nothing. Now, we move up a step to oil. Now, I thought of that as pop. They don't sell these, at least in my cafeteria at my school. You can't get this. It's brought from home. It comes from an outside source, making it much more valuable. Now, if you could get this, it'd be much less valuable, but I think of it as more of a luxury than a commodity, thus increasing the value. And I'd value this at about a 4. Now, here's where the premiere is. The best of the best. Now, I don't have any with me, but in my school, venison sticks are where it is at. If you have venison sticks, you are set. You can get, someone will give you their entire lunch for one piece of venison. Not only is it brought from home, it can also tend to be seasonal, and not anyone can get it. You have to obviously get deer to get it. Now, with that being said, I personally valued them at like a 10. They're great. I love them. Everyone loves them. I once brought in a pack of these venison sticks as just like Jack Links. Just some, or like beef sticks, just like those. I had like 5 hamburgers for lunch that day off that one package because everyone's like, oh my god, these are the greatest. I love them. They're so good. This, that, and the other. Now, I don't know if you have the same way. Everyone grows up a little different, but from my perspective, this is how it is. And I thought that what better example than a cafeteria? Now, trade generally occurs when both parties benefit. Why would you trade something if you're going to lose? You just don't want to. There's no benefit. Why? It's pointless. So, if you really want something like clothing or oil or diamonds, jewels, other valuables, you're going to trade for them with the resources you do have. Now, say a nation such as Nigeria. I'm sure they don't grow nearly as much wood as the US or Canada does, or Russia or some other larger, more temperate forest region nation. But what they do have is more commodities such as salt, some mineral deposits, some other meat, like foods and meats that are more luxurious, where they aren't found in places such as the US and Canada. So, what if you don't have any of those resources available? What do you do? Well, everywhere has resources. There's always resources anywhere. You just got to find them, capitalize, and trade for other resources until you achieve economic balance. And that's the way I look at it. What better way to take a break in the school day than have some venison and pop? Or if you don't want your venison and pop, trade it. Get 6 lunches instead. Fill up. Gorge. Do what you want. I don't know, this might be totally whack and completely unapplicable to most people, but that's the way I see it. And to me, it makes perfect sense.